In this video, I'll be talking about how your idol sucks and how my idol is better. Before this video begins, I just want to state that all of this is somewhat satirical and over-exaggerated, and I am showing complete confirmation bias. Don't cry, okay? Also, there will be some big spoilers for these movies, so watch out for that. Picture this, okay? It's a sunny morning in early 2021. You wake up and your phone is next to you. You check it to see your friends hit your post on Instagram, but you don't know what you're in for. You see Ryan Gosling, and suddenly your new personality starts downloading. And suddenly you became a complete and utter loser. See, I strongly believe that we didn't just have one pandemic. No, we had two. And the second one was a Trojan horse. I'm talking about the plague of literally me characters. Every day it's the same shit over and over and over again. Just with a different caption. Like, what's the difference?
Hey, Peter Griffin here. We smoking on that reposter pack.
So, if you used any social media platform in the last 2 years, you probably noticed a lot of people idolize literally me characters, but especially Patrick Bateman. Obviously, it's understandable why people admire these characters, as, you know, they possess a lot of good traits that most men want. Such as being rich, having a good amount of power, he has a good job, is good looking, and is also quite intelligent. So he's basically me if you think about it. Like, who doesn't want them traits? But few people that like Patrick Bateman don't know that he was actually written by a woman. And just by exposing that information, thousands of Red Pillers and 13-year-old Tate fanboys are foaming at the mouth, running to my current location in a fit of rage like the zombies from World War Z because I insulted their second idol. Patrick Bateman was written to be the most disgusting, shallow human possible, but apparently people don't realise that. Nah bro, killing prostitutes is cool. Nah bro, trust me, shooting old people, nothing cool. Patrick is an empty shell of a man that hates consumerism and the world around him, but is desperate to give the appearance that he is successful and is living a great life. It's clear that Patrick's personality is a facade to fool the people around him, and that he's basically wearing a mask with a smile for hours at a time. Patrick serves as a critique of how some men only seek status and approval of others through the way society has taught us to be successful, showing the effects of how it can ruin people's lives. So, what this film's saying is that trying to impress the goth girl by watching 4 seasons of her favourite anime, dyeing my hair blonde, and listening to Echo 2K for weeks was a pointless act and I wasted my time. His violent acts are also a representation of corporate greed, but I can't be asked to get into that as it's too long and unimportant for the video. Modern men are often lacking a sense of belonging, are lonely, and or feel hopeless. Which is probably all from the amount of hentai and shitty music they consume. Yeah bro, if you listen to Ever Since one more time, I'm sure you'll feel better bro. But don't worry guys, I am obviously over-exaggerating, and I get that the love for Patrick Bateman is ironic and that few people actually admire him. Except for you f***ing Tate fanboys bro. It makes sense that a lot of people idolize these characters that are stoic, independent and decisive, as these are typically positive traits which a lot of people lack. However, these characters are overused in memes and shit. And there are a lot of other characters that you can download your literally me personality from and be a more unique mask-off doomer black pill mysterious Joker guy. Anyway, I'm talking about characters from A24 films, as there are some uncut gems in here. Spoiler warning, some spoilers for film soon. Assuming you don't know what A24 is, they are a film production and distribution company, but they often make projects that the weird goth girl who collects roadkill would be into. Now, a lot of A24 films break major conventions in films, or have unconventional elements. For example, The Whale, a quite literal title, where Brendan Fraser plays Nikocado Avocado, gets monged off the skunk, and is caught masturbating to Gabe Vaughan. Proof they don't make your average films. But if you want to start watching A24 films, Hereditary is a good place to start if you actually want PTSD from a film. This film is genuinely the best horror film out there. This film has so many different unique elements to it, and it keeps you guessing the entire time what's going to happen, as it's not predictable at all. Like, no one could predict the last 20 minutes of the film would be gay, BDSM, furry. It's just so innovative and unique to a horror film. God, my jokes are fucking shit. The first film is called The Killing of a Sacred Deer. This film is also crazy, but for completely different reasons. And the best part is, it was directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, a Greek man. The dialogue in this movie is intentionally robotic, so it's like tripping on acid then being locked in a room full of Asperger's people. There are two strong, literally me personalities to download from this film and make your own. Stephen Murphy and Martin Lang. Stephen is a doctor, so being within that profession, he already has traits of other literally me characters. Decisive, independent, strong-willed, motivated, and is successful. But Stephen quickly becomes the most based character of all time. Martin, on the other hand, is deranged and almost devoid of emotion, so he basically plays the role of an average Albanian. Heavy spoiler warning here. A quick plot summary. Martin tells Stephen that there is a disease, curse thing his family have, caused by Stephen's botched surgery on Martin's father years ago. Stephen was off the henny whilst operating, which led to Martin's father's death. This disease requires Stephen to murder one of his family members in order to balance out the curse, or else all of his family members die in excruciating pain over a number of days. Stephen, being a decisive black-pilled gigachad, immediately tries to kill his own son by shoving food down his throat, which is the most based move possible. Did Patrick Bateman try to kill his own son? No? That's strange. It's almost like he was too beta to reproduce. This film is based on the Greek myth of the story of Iphigenia, where King Agamemnon kills one of Artemis's sacred stags. Artemis retaliates by preventing Agamemnon and his troops from leaving the ocean unless Agamemnon kills his daughter. So this film is a modern parallel, but focuses on showing how human even the most powerful people are. As Stephen holds the power here, each of his three family members start to try and please him so that they'll be spared. Stephen then pulls another black-pilled gigachad move and kidnaps Martin and tortures him, as Stephen believes that he is the one directly causing this to happen. Martin shows that he isn't guilty by doing some bath salt activities and biting a chunk out of his own arm to show Stephen that life is unfair and that he isn't responsible. After struggling to make a decision, Stephen ends up trying to do the most fair thing possible and uses chance to decide which member of his family will die. So Stephen goes full mask-off Joker mode and decides to duct tape his family to 3 different chairs, blindfold himself and play human roulette whilst trying to 360 no-scope them. After a couple failed trick shot attempts, Stephen eventually hits a beautiful double tap 360 on his son, killing him, meaning that his wife and daughter are cured from the disease and will survive, but at the cost of his son's life. Do you even deserve to live if you get trick shotted in real life? So from this, Stephen should be established as a Sigma for f***ing no-scoping his own son in the chest. Also, Barry Cohen played the role of Martin, but he also played the Joker in the deleted scene from the Batman last year. So Martin in this film is effectively the Joker if you do enough mental gymnastics. The next film I mentioned previously is The Whale. Now this film is something special. The Whale follows the story of Charlie, a shut-in obese English teacher who tries to reunite and form a connection with his daughter. Fun fact, to truly get into his role, Brendan Fraser lived off a Mississippi diet for a month. Heavy spoiler warning again. Another quick plot summary. Charlie is masturbating to gay people and nearly has a heart attack. He is then caught by a young Christian man. He then decides that he wants to reconnect with his daughter he couldn't see since she was very young, as his health is worsening and he might die soon. Basically, after eating an average American diet for an hour and smoking an ounce, Charlie opens up to his daughter before standing up and dying from a weed overdose. As you can see, this film is very emotional, as most Americans can relate to Charlie as a character for no particular reason at all. Yes, these are very high effort fat jokes. But again, Charlie has the traits of a literally me character. For example, he shows extreme mental fortitude by gorging insane amounts of food, even though he is dying from eating. This is true Sigma behaviour. Charlie also shows he is a Sigma by leaving his front door unlocked and masturbating to gay porn in clear view if someone enters.
Oh my god.
Who are you?
Gosh, are you okay? Should I call in? Maybe I should call in. Do you have a phone? My phone's dead. Okay. The amazing book Moby Dick by the author Herman Melville.
Charlie clearly does this to establish social dominance over anyone entering, especially Christian cucks. Yeah, I didn't really know where I was going with this video, to be honest, if that wasn't already clear. But I guess I'm trying to point out that there are more literally me characters than people realise. So what I'm saying is, stop making the same fucking memes with the same fucking characters over and over and over again. Please. But here's a short list of other characters for you to download their personality and become literally them. Good Time Man, The Lighthouse Man, Tony Soprano,
You know what I don't understand, Tony? What does she have that I don't have?
Dexter Morgan, Terrence Fletcher, Blade, RoboCop, literally anyone, just no more Patrick Bateman. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I should have more coming soon. Thank you for watching and see you next time.